It's all right. We are live with Bethany from Saratoga Homestead. Before we get started, I want to thank my channel sponsor, Stray Dog Farm Supply. Cool. I'm wearing their shirt. Um, that's where I get my feed from. Great people up in Mount Hermon, Mr. Brian and Miss Lenora. Um, we will be doing an egg giveaway tonight. Um, so StreamYard code is hashtag GFF. Um, I don't know. I do them every now and then, but most of the time I forget, to be honest with you. And after the live stream, I'm like, oh no, I forgot. But that's just me. All my regulars know that I'm that person. So, Bethany, tell us about yourself.
Well, I am technically a first generation farmer, so I'm a transplant from town. But I grew up doing 4-H and was doing I did horses, rabbits, anything that could kind of get me in livestock. Met my husband in 4-H, and he lived out in the middle of the country. He was homeschooled. He's actually a 6th generation row crop, so he never had livestock. And so that makes our kids 7th generation in the actual township that we live in. And that's how we got the name for our farm, which is we live in Saratoga Township. So Saratoga Homestead is how we got the name. His uncle also farms. So our last name is Salisbury. They took Salisbury Farms. So we kind of took over Saratoga Homestead because couldn't have 2 Salisburys. And but yeah, so we were also on the fire department when we got together, and we were right next to the Saratoga firehouse. So we kind of just incorporated Saratoga into our existence, I guess, because it's kind of goes back, obviously, 7 generations. And we do regenerative agriculture. If nobody's familiar with that, it's kind of organic, but we focus on soil health and kind of a closed loop system. So we make sure that we input into the soil just as much as we take out of the soil. We do kind of niche. We do obviously quail, which is how I met you.
Yeah.
I order eggs from you because I love all of your fun colors. And then I do guineas and ducks and chickens because I do have some normal people that follow us. So obviously I have to have chickens. We raise hogs and sheep and cattle. And then I have some horses. So I used to do a lot of the poultry meat like quail and duck. Unfortunately, we lost our processor. But now I focus mainly on pork and lamb. And then I also do rabbit. So we're really big on providing a lot of rabbit for the state. So I'm one of the big rabbit producers in the state. That pretty much sums it up, other than running market garden. So
yeah. So I'm a long time follower. It's always amazing, like when I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see like everything you guys have going on up there, and it's just it's so amazing. It's inspirational to me to see people, younger people like myself. Oh, I'm over the hump. I'm over 40, so I'm kind of like I'm there, you know. But
we're getting there.
It's amazing to see the younger people, and especially the younger people getting their children involved in doing this. And we've been doing it since we got married as children, and it's an amazing lifestyle. We raised our children doing it, and I mean it's something we enjoy. It's part of our daily life. It people say, well, you can't leave much to go like on vacation, or because you have all the animals, and I'm like, why would I want to leave?
No.
I love it here. Yeah.
No. Yeah. No.
There's people out there. Why would I want to go?
Yeah. No. Not a people person. That's why we farm. Not a people person.
I much rather shovel quail poop. and I mean, I'm not a fan of chickens. Um,
Oh,
I like quail. Christina loves the chicken. She loves her floofy silkies. But I mean, quail. I could get everything I need out of a quail.
yep.
The same thing as a chicken, and it's just less time, less space. For me, it's just that's my passion is quail. And
They're
anyone that
much more
knows me,
pleasant. Yeah.
yeah, there's just
Chickens are
and
just terrible. I have nothing good to say about chickens. I went chickenless for like 2 years, and it was like the best 2 years of the farm. I'm not gonna lie. It was fantastic. We just had quail and ducks, and it was perfect. And I don't
I'm
miss it.
I'm saying I don't like chickens, and in the spring we're gonna release a dual purpose breed, an auto sexing dual purpose breed of chicken that we're raising. So like I still don't like them, but
Yeah.
it's auto sexing and it's dual purpose, so I'll tolerate it. You know,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like we tolerate them. I tolerate them because I like to eat their eggs and I like to eat chickens. That's about the only reason we tolerate them. So,
yeah,
yeah. And it's a
um,
tolerate.
yeah. It just like I don't love them. Christina loves sitting with her chickens, and I love sitting with my quail.
Hmm.
And I'm team quail, she's team silkies, but we meet in the middle because they serve a purpose.
They
You know,
do.
quail are much better.
They are. Then ducks. The ducks are just like they're like feathered pigs, and I adore my pigs, and so the ducks fit perfectly. So
Yeah, we're down to just one potbelly pig now because we had a couple years ago we had a boar incident with one of the moms. She was delivering, and this big boar broke out, and he was wanted to eat Christina and the babies and the sow, and I wasn't home, and he was a 600-pound pig, so we decided to not do the big pigs anymore,
yeah,
and
no, that's a lot of sausage right there.
yeah, so the neighbor ended up, which is our neighbor is policewoman. She came, she shot this pig like 7 or 8 times. Didn't kill it, but she shot it like everywhere. So the other neighbor came, grabbed her gun, and shot it in the head and killed it. Then I came home, and then had to. It was like all the way in the back. I had to drag this thing out, and
Ugh.
it was a whole mess. And I'm like, I needed him to live for like one more week to process him, and
And
he
that's
was
like one
ready
of
that
those.
day.
That's one of those core memories you don't get past either.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. It was a mess, and so we decided for Christina to we wouldn't do big pigs. So like we've just been doing like potbelly pigs for meat, which
Hmm.
is smaller. They're not bad. And some people are like, well, it's a cute little pet. Well, I like
Yeah,
pork.
yeah.
I
I
like
started.
pork.
I started with Cunes,
Yeah.
and then we kind of graduated to like just kind of like a Heinz 57 variety dirt pigs, and then now we do Herefords. So I buy all my culls from a show barn because I got tired of fighting pigs to load them. So these guys are like in your business and they're super friendly. So when I go to load them, it's like I got to fight them to get them off the trailer instead of on the trailer now because everybody wants to load up at the same time. So,
Yeah. And that seems like a better process because you have something that's tamer.
oh yeah,
You
they're
know.
much better. They're much better. They're worth their weight, and I would much rather have them than anything else.
Yeah. It's I enjoy the pigs because pigs is like for us the reason why aside from the eating pork the reason why we want to raise pigs on our homestead is it's our garbage disposal. Anything organic that we're not going to compost, it goes to the pigs, and it's not trash food.
Hmm.
It's garden scraps and um,
Yeah.
processing leftover stuff from processing and stuff that we don't want to waste. And like our big thing is lessening our environmental impact. Less
Hmm.
stuff in the landfill
Yeah.
because running out of space.
Yes. And the pigs are the ones that can like fully close that loop for you
Yeah.
on just about everything.
Oh
So they're
yeah.
super beneficial.
Injured bird or something like that, straight to the pigs. I mean, it's just
Straight to the pig. Just don't look.
uh, we look. It doesn't matter. It's we're
Some
so
people are a little
numb.
more sensitive. I've been desensitized. I've worked at a I was a professional butcher for quite a few years, so I'm a little desensitized. So
Yeah, we're, we're numb to all of that. Like it's nothing new. We I have a guy, he's in here, Greg, that helps me here on the quail side of things. And like when he first came, like we just have so many quail, so it's not uncommon to have just a quail. Um, you find a quail dead from get stuck under the egg roll out, or its head stuck in the side of the
yeah.
cage, just random things. And he at first he would kind of like panic. Oh, we have a dead quail. I'm like, it's no big deal. Grab him out of there, throw it to the pig. Like it's fine. Now
Hmm.
he's just like me. He just reaches in, grabs the quail, throws it to the pig, and we just keep on about our day. It's just part of life because
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna have live things, you can have dead things.
Very much so. Yeah. Yep. They're like the feathered version of sheep. They're just going to find a way to die.
Sheep aren't as bad as quail.
Oof. I don't know. Sheep are pretty. I don't know.
For years, um, I wanted to get goats again because we raised goats when we were younger, and I wanted to get goats again. And Christina swore, she said, "We are not going to get goats. We're not going to get goats." Well, I got goats, and I cursed the goats every day when they were
Oh,
breaking out, um, getting stuck in their head, stuck in the fence. I mean, every possible thing that goats do was happening. And finally, I had one of my friends that has a mobile petting zoo, and I called him up. I'm like, "Come get him." Like he backed
mm-hmm.
up. We opened the gate and we just herded everything: emus, goats, everything. Like just take them. Like I don't want them. It was it
Yeah, I've
was it was
tried
a
goats a
hard
couple
process.
times. And it's it's like having perpetual toddlers. They're just they're so much.
Yeah, at least Tyler's you could
It's
occupy him with something.
they're ghosts are
It,
just I mean, yeah, there's just a lot. There's a lot to goats. And
yeah,
they're great at somebody else's house.
absolutely. I agree with that. And I mean I fought Christina for months to get goats again, and I didn't have the heart to tell her that I didn't want the goats anymore. It's like we kept the goats like 3 months past we should have because I didn't want to tell her I really don't like the goats because she would have said I told you so. And
Just double down.
yeah, I was like,
Grin and
oh,
bear it.
I love these goats. I was out there fixing fence and
I love them so much.
yeah, these are amazing. Look at all the fun we're having. And they were just, I mean, they were just terrible, terrible. And and I'll never do it again.
No. I think it burned me like 3 or 4 times with goats, and then I think that was enough.
Yeah, sheep is probably my next thing because I enjoy eating them. But
Hmm.
I mean, it's a goat cousin, so I don't know.
You know what? They're actually enjoyable. I don't mind sheep. Like, I started raising sheep because I didn't have time to go deer hunting anymore. And so, like, I got a herd of hair sheep, and they were all right. I didn't like them because they didn't bulk up as big as, like, the woolies. So I transitioned over to the woolies, and now we have wool sheep. So
How was
they're not
that?
bad. As far as like the taste difference, I don't notice as much of a difference, but I mean, I like venison, so I like game stuff. So
Yeah, I like
But they have a
venison as
lot. They
well.
have a lot more like of a fat covering. The hair sheep tend to be like a lot leaner and smaller carcass size. So I think
Yeah.
if you are looking to get like a fast growth rate and fat covering, the terminal wools are the way to go.
I'll have to try that. Christina's listening in on the chat, so I'm kind of busted on that, but
Hmm.
I'll be looking. I'll just surprise her and come home and like, happy birthday!
Yeah,
I, I got your sheep.
yeah. I do quite a few market lambs every year, and they're on. We put them on the omega enhanced feed, so they do pretty well on that. So.
Yeah, it's for me. It's fun to grow something out and then butcher it and put it in the freezer. Like that
Mhm.
animal most of the time from birth to
Yep.
butcher. You know everything that thing ate. You know where it's been. You know
Yep.
what's in it. You know everything about it.
You know what your supper had for breakfast.
Yeah, yeah. And I like to eat vegan. You know I like my cattle grass fed, and you know
Hmm.
I like vegan.
Secondhand vegan.
Yeah, secondhand vegan. It's close enough. Which I do enjoy vegetables as well, but I don't think I would eat just vegetables.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So So Swanson's asking in the chat, how often do you have to shave a wool sheep?
Once a year,
Once a
and
year.
we get on a route. It's not bad. So if so, that was another reason why we went with the hair sheep is because I didn't want to be bothered with the shearing. But I mean, we just get on a route and we shear in the spring, so about like April time frame, and generally it's about $10 a head to get them sheared. So it's really not a deal breaker for me anymore. So everybody pushes the hair sheep because you don't have to get them sheared. But when it comes down to like $10 a head and you get a bigger carcass and better fat covering, I just went with the wool sheep. And that's only your breeders. If you're just getting market lambs in the spring and feeding them out and then processing them in the fall, you don't even have to shear them.
Yeah, for something that goes for what, like $15 a pound. It goes
Yeah.
for. So
Yeah. The
I mean,
resale
you
value is insane on
yeah
lamb. So like if you're looking to like sell it, like private sale, the resale value is really high. Especially like we do the omega enhanced pasture finished, so it's pretty good return.
yeah. It's and that's the thing. So the $10 a head you paying to shear them, I mean, you're making that back with the extra weight gain.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just the breeders. And then we sell the fleece to hand spinners. So I mean, I get 75, $80 a fleece versus paying $10 to shear it. So it's really a wash.
Well,
You're
I
making
hope
money on the wool too.
I hope Christina's listening to this because I think I'll have sheep in the spring.
And if you don't sell the wool, if you've got a terrible sheep, if you don't sell it, it is fantastic for your garden. It is super high in nitrogen and it works great as mulch. So,
Really,
mhm.
I'll have to when I shave my head because I shave my head. So when I shave my head, I'll just start throwing my hair in the garden.
Your hair is super high in nitrogen too.
Yeah, it's fertilizer.
There you go. It's fertilizer. There you go.
Yeah, I'll skip a step and just shave my head in the garden.
You don't even have to clean it up then.
Yeah, I know Steve would love that because Steve and I like to procrastinate. So that would actually be very helpful for us. I mean, all in one shot, don't have to go anywhere.
Nope.
That's fun. So you have a farm stand?
Mhm. Yep. We had a small one last year. So we really just started selling to the public within like the last 2 or 3 years. So before that, I just kind of ran a blog. and just kind of fed our family. And then we decided to just make a run for it and sell to the public. And it took off underneath of us, and we weren't really expecting it to take off so fast. So this year we bought a building, one of those portable buildings, and we're already outgrowing it, and we haven't even finished the inside of it. So we put meat and vegetables and all that fun stuff in there.
That is awesome. I love to
Yeah.
see that, and you providing your community with good quality, produce
Hmm.
and meat.
Yeah, we've been really
Um,
well received, and we weren't expecting to be as well received as we were. So it was kind of a shock. There's been a lot of growing pains, but it's been kind of refreshing that everybody has been really forgiving during the growing pains.
yeah, and that's to be expected, especially coming from not doing that kind of thing to popping up and going all in, and trying it. It's
Hmm.
and I've noticed the trend lately, and I'm really enjoying it, seeing people that actually want to know where their food comes from, and the whole
Hmm.
health movement. And I really, really enjoy that. I enjoy the conversations that you can have about, hey, look, this is how we do it. This is how we raise our animals. This is how we grow
Hmm.
our vegetables. And the education side of it is amazing, and people are just eager to
Hmm.
learn.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, because I ran that blog, and everybody says that I teased them for 10 years before I started selling things. So
I'm, I'm a little bit opposite because I don't do much local sales.
yeah, all mine are basically local, and then I got kind of recruited into some larger kind of like cooperatives that do marketing and delivery. So now my stuff goes pretty far, which is really exciting.
I wish you would come down here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see.
yeah. I'll have to make my way up there and visit. It's the great state of Illinois.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Mm, I'll swap with you.
It's tempting.
Yeah, you could spend winter down here and summer up there.
I don't know if there wasn't family here, you know.
We we
We,
have we right now are in um, pretend fall. We had
oh
a
yeah.
nice cool morning, low 70s, and it's like 85 right now. Um,
Mm,
and then
yeah.
it'll drop down to the low 70s tonight, and then it'll be in the 90s tomorrow. It,
Yeah, our summer has felt like it has never ended. We just finally got like our first week of fall temperatures, and it's supposed to go back up next week. So
yeah,
it's just been like the
our
heat
weather
this
is
week has been
crazy.
ridiculous.
This summer was brutal, and we didn't have much rain this summer. Like I had dead spots in my yard, and like we were watering our garden multiple times a day just to try to keep
Mhm.
things alive, and
Yeah.
it was just
We
tough.
we had a spell where it was just like monsoon rain, and like we got like 5 inches within a week. And it just screwed up so much of our crop in the market garden. It wasn't even funny. It caused the tomatoes to just like hold on to their green stage for so long. Like I didn't have tomatoes turning until like the end of July.
Oh
It was
wow.
absolutely terrible. It's it was terrible. I've not had them hold on to the green stage that long in ever, but it's just been a weird year.
July, I was done with tomatoes. We started harvesting tomatoes in March.
Yeah, see, we're like 4th of July
Yeah,
tomatoes. Yeah.
yeah, we're like Easter usually.
Yeah, we're like beginning of July. end of June, beginning of July, and those are, the ones that everybody has like gotten really big in their greenhouse and then tented. So
Yeah.
they're pushing it
Yeah.
here.
We do some greenhouse growing here. Actually, in the first time in the history of my life, in January we had 10 inches of snow. Like at one time, and South Louisiana, 10 inches of snow is like not good. Like we
No.
don't have de-icing trucks. We don't have snow plows. Like we don't have anything like that. So like we just everything shut down for like 3 days. There was no traffic on the road. Like it was shelter in place. It snowed in my attic. I was shoveling snow out of my attic in the middle of.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, it was bad. Like I was literally just sweating, shoveling snow out of my attic. Like, and I lost all happiness and joy with the snow because before that we were playing outside in the snow, snowball fights, and
Yeah.
after I shoveled snow out of the attic, I was like, I'm done with the snow. Like it could go. I'm over it. I don't want to see snow again. I don't even want ice cubes in my drink anymore. I have had
How
enough
did your
of it.
birds do with that?
Really well. We didn't lose any birds with the snow. Um, my
Yeah.
quail, or at the time, the barn wasn't insulated, but with the heat of the quail, it stayed above freezing. Our greenhouse, I had a heater running in the greenhouse, and it stayed like I was watching have a Govee in there. I was watching the temperature. It was like it would drop down to like 32.7, 32.8, and I was like, just stay
Mm.
above freezing. We had all
Oh, so close.
because we usually plant in the ground the first or second week of February. So
Oh
this is like
wow.
the end of January. So like we are like 2 weeks
So
away from
close.
planting in the
Yeah.
ground. Like we cannot lose these plants, and everything held on. Um, I was worried about snow load on the roof of my quail barn and on the roof of the greenhouse because
Yeah,
it
because
wasn't
you usually don't
designed
have to
for
worry about that. Good
it. Yeah,
grief.
we don't have to design anything for snow
No.
load.
No, that's what we have to worry about, not you.
Yeah,
Good grief.
like we everything we design here is for like wind rating and for heat. And I mean, I was worried about snow load, so I actually have an ice shovel I use to shovel quail manure. Well, I had to use my ice shovel to actually shovel snow for the
Actually,
first
for
time in
what it
its
was for.
history. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I shoveled snow off the roof of the barn because like it was like 3 foot deep. I'm like, I built the roof. I mean, it should be strong, but I don't know anything about snow load.
Mm.
So it was a wild time.
Yeah. We got to
Um,
make sure our quail stay above freezing. I found once it gets below freezing for the quail, they don't do too hot.
yeah. You just have to really keep them out of the wind, and when you drop below freezing, then you lose water.
Mhm.
Um,
Just easier. We have their building insulated and run a little heater for them, so it's not too bad.
for
I don't
me,
have the sheer number that you do, so
like this year, I
no,
spent
my
300
body's
and spent 362 days out of this year trying to keep my quail not hot. And those 3 days, I was trying to keep them
ah,
not cold. Because our
jeez.
winter's mild. Like our winter temperatures, like averages 50 degrees with the low. It's like we really don't see freezing temperatures. But
Sounds terrible.
it was terrible. It was. I mean, I was fine until I shoveled snow out of the attic, and I was not having a good time.
No. Mm.
And we had the goats at the
Nothing.
time. The goats didn't try to
And they
escape
go,
things. If
oh,
they
I
would
was
have
gonna
if they would have got out,
that
they
would
would
have that
they
would have
won.
broke me, man. Shoveling the
Um,
snow out of the attic and then having to chase goats, that probably would have broke me.
I wasn't
The
chasing
goats
no
would have been
goats
in
in
the
the snow.
freezer. Mm.
Just they would be in the freezer outside in the
Yes.
snow. I I don't know how you Northerners do it. We have I saw him comment. He's in the chat. Jacob Lefebvre. He lives in northern Wisconsin. So like
Ah,
he gets really cold, and I think it was like May, and we are messaging back and forth, and he sent me a picture that it was snowing there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I am sweating when he sends me this picture. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And he came down from northern Wisconsin for our homesteading convention in the beginning of September, and we lucked out because that's usually like the hottest time of the year, and we had a cold front, so it wasn't in the 90s.
Mm,
It wasn't cool, but it wasn't in the 90s or the
mm,
hundreds. So he
mm.
he lucked out because he didn't melt. But all year he was worried about coming down here from Wisconsin to 100-degree temperatures. So it
Good.
was it's pretty bad.
Now, do you get dry heat or humid heat down there?
It is humid. It's so humid you can drink the humidity
Ugh.
out the air.
Yeah, because I'll say Louisiana's kind of humid.
Yeah, it's
Ugh.
not good. Not
Ugh.
good. It presents its challenges like for tomatoes because our tomatoes go bad really fast with
Yeah,
like
we
blight
get
and
we get a lot of blight.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
when
like,
we get super humid here and we get corn sweat, and then that adds to the blight on.
I heard about
It's a
corn
whole thing.
sweat. What is
It's
corn sweat?
it shows up as a fog. It is literally a fog. It's
Oh
incredible.
wow.
It's so humid that the transpiration of the corn just shows up as a fog. It's incredible.
That would be fun to see. Like for me
It's
to
terrible.
visit.
I mean, to visit, yeah, but
Yeah. I wouldn't
it's
want to see corn sweating. That would
oof.
that's gotta be pretty hot for that.
It's yeah.
It's like 1 degree below popcorn.
Poof. It dries down the corn a lot faster too, so I guess that's a
I
good
would,
thing,
I would
somewhat.
like to see corn sweat fog.
I mean, it can be pretty because kind of some of the fields are a little rolly, so it settles in the pockets. So you get kind of that like, the smoky mountain field vibe, but it's corn.
Like fake Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, but it's just corn,
Yeah, that's incredible.
sweaty corn.
Sweaty corn sweat fog. I love it um, because like we get a lot of fog here, living on the coast. We get a lot of sea fog that sets in. It stays for like several days. But I would really like to see corn fog.
Yeah,
I would. That would be pretty cool to see.
come through the middle of the state. It's all over the place.
I could be chasing my goats that got loose through the corn fog.
Phew.
That would be an adventure.
Chasing the goats themselves, yeah.
Yeah, chase the emus. Try that
That's
one.
stuff of nightmares. Ugh. I don't miss those things.
No, no, not at all. Not the more I talk about it, I'm like, huh. It's because I mean, goat is pretty good to eat,
It's fantastic.
and
I used to eat goat
it's
chorizo, and it was
oh,
fantastic.
now you're
Yeah,
making me hungry.
it's fantastic, but it's not worth actually owning them. Like, it's worth it for somebody else to raise them and then make goat chorizo, but it's not worth actually owning the goats yourself. No. Mm-mm.
You know, I agree. I'll stick to my quail.
Yes.
They don't cause me as many problems. They
No, they're
just poop.
pleasant.
They poop everywhere. They got water leaks all the time. And the water only drips into the poop trays. Imagine that. Like the waters are outside of the cage, and like I've seen the water on one cage, water leak, and shoot water across to another cage into the poop tray.
So then
And
I
it's
got
just
nothing
like
but poop soup.
Yeah, and then it's never the bottom one. It's always the top one. So like
Oh,
it
so
fills
it's
up
like
tray
you're
after
like up
tray.
here trying to not catch it in the face. Oh
Yeah.
god.
And then I
Ugh.
got a tower brooder, and it was the top layer. I'll never forget it.
Oh.
One of the first times Greg came help me. Like I slid the tray out a little bit, and I was like, "It's full of poop soup." I said, "So
And those
look,"
things are shallow. Those trays.
and they heavy, even empty. So I was like, "Greg, we have to pull it out and keep it level." So we
Yeah.
pulled it out, and he went a little bit higher than me. So it started leaking on me. So I went a little bit higher. So it started leaking on him. Then so he went higher and went leaking on me. I went back higher. And before you know it, it's all the way into the ceiling, and we're both covered in poop soup. And that was the first tray of the day. So
Oh
like
no.
we had to
Downhill
finish.
from there.
So now Bruder is last.
Mhm.
And Greg has a stronger stomach than me, so Greg does the wet trays. And we wear masks when we
Mm.
do it. Christina's big on like the pigeon lung and whatnot with the dust
Mhm.
from the birds. So we wear a mask. And the other day we had like a bunch of wet trays because
Oh.
I didn't listen to Christina and I didn't change the water that was bad and this thing leaked. So like
Mm.
we had a bunch of wet poop trays
Mm.
and Greg was scraping the poop trays out and like I couldn't smell it because I was wearing a good mask, but like the sound and like I
Ugh.
looked at it just rolling out, and I was like,
Ugh.
oh no,
Ugh.
oh, I was gagging in the mask.
Oh. No thanks.
Yeah, it was bad. It was terrible.
Ugh.
I don't recommend that. Like,
No.
and we used to use like shavings and stuff in our poop trays, and like it's not a bad thing, but when you think about it, you're just adding to the amount of poop you're disposing of because I mean, even though it's
Mhm.
shavings, it it turns into poop. I mean, once it's pooped on, it's poop shavings.
Yeah.
So you're doubling
Yeah.
the amount
You're
of poop.
yeah, they're pooping on money.
Yeah. Christina's just commented. She says, "You all notice the majority of his problems are from not listening to me." I don't disagree with that one. Like I
I mean,
know
at least he's
everything.
being
Yeah, I know everything, and then you know I
I
learn.
don't think
Sometimes for me, I have to learn the lesson myself, even though it's a hard one.
I always tell my husband that because like it took me a couple times getting goats and you know, I'm always like if I don't do something, I'm the type of person that I won't be happy until I get burned.
Yeah,
Cause like I'll keep being like, well, I need to do this because it could be really cool. And it'll either be really cool or I'll get burned, but at least I have an answer.
yeah.
So
That's
either,
exactly how
either
I
way.
feel.
So my husband just knows to just let me do the things and I'll either get burned or it'll be really cool. So
Yeah. Well,
he kind of
Christina,
just
pay
does.
attention. Just let me do the things and let me get burned. Yeah.
It's a self-teaching process.
Then, um, so you have a homestead. Do y'all have any projects that are just never completed? Like you
It's a whole
start,
list.
so
That
it's
list
not
never
just me.
ends. No. Oh no. The list never ends. You just switch the places on the list.
So it's
Like,
not just me.
oh no, it's a never-ending list. And we still have projects that we started from when we bought the place that are still staring at us from like 8 years ago. So no. I
So
think it's and I think it's inherent when you buy a homestead that it's kind of like an unwritten clause that you just have unfinished projects constantly.
like Christina always fusses at me because I'll do a project until it's like 90% completed, and then I move on to another one. I'm like, I'll finish that one later. So like I have stuff like a while back I drove in some T-posts for fencing, and I drove in all the T posts. I put all the wire on the T posts, and then I left the bucket of clips next to the posts, and I left the post driver on the last T post. And
That
because I
project
want,
got boring.
well, I have to run some more fence,
Yeah, wow.
so it's there when I need it. And then Christina comes back, and then she puts things where they belong, and I can't find them.
Mm. You're an organized chaos person too.
Oh, absolutely. My life is chaotic. I mean, Christina cannot help me package eggs just for the simple fact of like I am very chaotic, but I have a system that works.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't look like it, but it's definitely a system. Yeah, I get it.
she does not come around me when I'm packaging eggs. And it's only recently that I let Greg help me package eggs. I have a system and there is a method to my madness. And it one thing I can guarantee you, everything I do is the hard way. There is no easy way. It, that's just my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, well, yeah. Some people are just born that way.
Yeah, it's not my fault. I'm just born that way. Christina said Greg is also chaotic. Yeah, I agree.
Well, there you go. That's why it works.
Yeah, it's we have a system and we package stuff and like in my mind when I'm going in there, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna package all of the 7x7 boxes first, then the 7x5s, and then I'm gonna package the 12x12s, and then next thing you know, I got a 12x12 package, and I got a 7x5, I got a 7x7, and um, I'm flipping order sheets around, and it's just it's like a whole system, and then you know sometimes some people end up with hundreds of eggs on a 30 count order. Um, it's like, oh well, I packaged this and I forgot what I put in it, so I mean I need to send it to somebody. It's life is great. It's enjoyable.
It is.
Yeah, and then
You gotta enjoy
I
it.
I had a bucket in one corner of the quail barn that usually I dump the buckets like all the broken eggs
Hmm.
and I'll toss them into the bucket and one of them it's been quite a while since I emptied the bucket and it's next to a cage and I was bending down and I was get packaging eggs out of that cage. Let me tell
Mm.
you, those eggs were rotten and
A
it was
little ripe.
right by my head. So I'm like, okay, I picked up the phone. I'm like, all right, I gotta take this bucket and I gotta man up and I gotta
Mhm.
take this bucket out of here. Yeah,
Oof.
yeah. So while
Let
carrying
the
the
pigs
bucket,
out.
I vomited in the bucket. The bucket is halfway to the pigs right now. I do not have the courage to carry the other 30 feet and dump it to them. And usually, we have an odd livestock guardian dog in the main part of the animal yard. It's a Chihuahua, and that thing usually eats everything, but it didn't touch that bucket.
Mm.
But that Chihuahua is a good livestock guardian dog.
Mm.
It raccoons, squirrels, possums, it doesn't matter. That Chihuahua tears everything up. None of that gets them. Now you can't let her next to the birds, but
Oof. Just wait till next January when you get another random snow and that bucket will freeze. Then you can move it.
that's kind of what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
I was hoping like it would rain a whole bunch and rinse it off for me, but it hasn't rained yet.
Oh, then you're gonna have a nasty soup.
It might rinse it off. And
I
look,
think that
like
bucket's just a lost cause. You're just gonna have to forget it exists.
I thought about pouring some gasoline on it and just burn it where it's at.
Just torch it.
Yeah, just be done with it. I don't.
It's a sacrificial bucket.
And then Christina stands her ground as well because that bucket's still there and she hasn't moved it.
Mm,
She
no thanks.
she knows why it's right there, and she's gonna She put her feet in the sand and said, "I'm not moving it."
Mm.
So, Greg, after the live stream, I got a job for you. Steve said they have more buckets at the store. I agree, Steve. Like, I thought
Oh,
about just taking like some newspaper,
they
just
make
put
new
some
buckets
newspaper
every
over it.
day.
Yeah, like I got plenty of buckets.
They make new ones every day. That one's just a goner.
Yeah, they got things living in that bucket right now.
You're just gonna have to make it a funeral pyre at this point. Just send it off. Read it its last rites.
So Greg said I'll be there to move the bucket, and Christina said no, Greg, do not move that bucket.
Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Christina's waiting for me to move it.
Ugh.
I'm gonna show her I'll man up and I'll move the bucket.
Mm.
Does your husband do things like that to you? Like leave a bucket because
No,
it was his own fault? No.
no.
Do you do that to him?
That's a. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
So it's just a homestead issue. It's a common
Yeah,
problem.
it was. You know what? It was his fault that he set up his shop downwind from the dumpster. So that's his
Oh,
problem.
yeah,
Yep.
it was an
That
accident.
I can't help what I throw in there.
Yeah,
Why it's there.
everything. Yeah,
I,
everything. Yeah, we we kind of constantly go back and forth, and Christina, she'll start a project, and I don't know how she could do it, but she could like just finish it.
mm,
And like she was painting cages earlier, and she didn't stop till she was done. I was like, what are you talking about? Like
people
I
have
was
that kind of time.
I was working on three cages at the same time. Not none of them are finished, but I still was working on three cages at the same time. So I don't I don't know how she can multitask.
Oh, yeah, no. It's starting and finishing a project is that's an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah,
There's just so
and
many.
we'll just save that for tomorrow. You know?
There's more days.
Yeah, there's plenty of days.
There's too many things that need done, so there's more days.
Yeah, exactly. So, what are your plans for the winter time? I know you guys get actual snow to where like you can't do much. So what does a typical winter time look like?
It's kind of like we use it to reset and plan, and then like if I have extra produce and stuff that I threw in the freezer, that's kind of when I'll can it. Because I used to just do all kinds of canning, and now that we run a market garden, that time is gone. So I don't have a lot of time to can anymore. So now I do that in the winter, and now I do all of my seed starting and garden planning and all of that fun stuff in the winter time now. So I start seeds starting in January, and I do the garden planning in December. So garden usually gets torn out in November. So I really don't have a lot of downtime. It just kind of shifts gears. And with the livestock, I kind of have stuff to process year round now. So,
So we're kind of similar. We actually have a fall garden in right now, and that'll probably go until end of November ish. And usually around that time, then Christina will start seeds in the greenhouse, and we only have like December and January that the beds are dormant.
mm-hmm.
Typically, typically our fall garden is actually smaller than our spring garden. This year, I think everything's planted. We do raised beds. I think everything's planted right now, or most everything's planted. So it'll be a busy fall, and then we won't have much time, and then I'll have to re-amend the soil before we start planting back
Yeah.
in the ground because she'll start seeds in the greenhouse late November, early December, and first or second week of February, things are going in the ground, and so we don't have much time either.
It's also the time when I actually have a couple hobbies. So I
Hobby,
raise, yeah, I have a couple small hobbies. I raise rabbits, and like the fall and winter and spring is when I do rabbit shows. So I get to travel and do that. And um, then it's also, I belong to the Illinois Stewardship Alliance, and I'm the co-chair on the Livestock Caucus. And that's when we start reviewing policy and like working on policy and all of that fun stuff for the next year is during the winter and spring. So that's kind of what I do during then. Hang out and work on those hobbies.
you have anything big coming up with that you could share with us, or
Um, we're kind of in planning stages right now. So we're doing a lot of figuring out what we're going to work on for this next year. Haven't decided yet. So
that's amazing. I just started October 1st. I started my term as the ACBA treasurer, American Attorneys Breeders Association. So I got elected as the treasurer for that. So that that's going to be my hobby for the next 2 years because that's the only amount of time I have is for one hobby. Well, quail is a hobby for me. Like
yeah,
it's technically a business for us, but I treat quail more as a hobby. Um,
eh, it's a hobby
on the
that you get paid for. So
on the good days, like
that's how.
I only have bad days with quail on the days that end with Y. All the rest of them are good days. I mean, you know,
I mean, fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah,
Everyone in here and everyone watching later, like, so I am a complete moron and I do my live streams on Saturday evenings, and most people are busy on Saturday evenings. Like, people actually like go on dates and they go do things on Saturday evenings. I never heard of it, but I mean, some people do.
I think we only did
So
that for like 6 months.
So I have a lot of like people that watch it after the fact. So I want everyone to go on Facebook and follow Saratoga Homestead on Facebook. That way you can follow Bethany like I do and always be excited. Your pictures are always amazing. You always have something
Thanks.
informative. I truly enjoy it.
Thanks.
It's amazing to see people doing so much. It, it's inspiring, especially like on those bad days, or like I'll be sitting down, like I'm just gonna take it easy today, and then I'll be scrolling Facebook and I see one of your posts, and
See what that crazy lady's doing.
I'm like, man, I have to get out there and get something done. Like this is absolutely ridiculous, and so it's an inspiration to see that um, for me, and I'm sure everyone everyone would feel the same. Christina says she enjoyed the pig video. Oh, what? Trying to eat your phone?
Oh, yeah, little macaroni. That's a
Yeah,
popular name. My kids, I think they name something macaroni like every 3 or 4 months, which works because eventually it cycles out. So,
yeah. I think Lane named the chicken like black something, black sky. He has moonshine, like
oh, he
just
gets super
w-
creative.
weird names. Like
Yeah.
I don't really name anything.
My oldest, it's either like after food or it's like just plain like old style names for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't take the time to name anything. I mean, if it
Yeah.
wouldn't be for Facebook and like that would it tell me Christina's name, I wouldn't even know her name. I'd be like the lady I'm married to.
The lady that lives in my house.
Yeah, Steve
You
said
know that?
macaroni that tastes like bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
bacon
macaroni's
seeds.
good with bacon bits.
Yeah, that's my pig's name is Bacon Bit. And,
Yeah, I just call them all pig
yeah.
or
when
children. I call most of my animals children.
when we raised turkeys, we'd always take three of them to raise out to butcher, and it was Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. That were their names because that's when we would cook one for Thanksgiving, one for Christmas, one for New Year's.
She did name one Easter, one of the pigs. So she told me she's going to eat it for Easter this year.
That's
That
the
was,
plan.
yeah, that was new. So we had a restaurant contract with us for barbecue hogs this summer. And so that was a whole new experience for my 5-year-old. And she's kind of she's been around this obviously her whole life. Like I butchered pigs when she was 5 weeks old, and I wore her in a carrier, and then when she was 4 months old, I did some beef, but she's like putting all of the pieces together now. Like her animals are now leaving and going to be meat, and we took this pig, and then we got invited to the whole hog roast, and they asked her if she wanted to see the pig. And I was like, well, now, this is either going to go one of two ways. Like, she's never going to eat meat again, or she's going to think it's really super cool. Like, it's going to be one of two ways. So we went back in the kitchen, and thank goodness, like, she thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So, because it was literally the whole pig, looked like a pig, whole 9 yards. And she was like, okay, this is super cool. And I was like, oh, that could have been
Yeah,
really bad. I could have had a vegan.
yeah. That'll make you a vegan.
Whew.
It's funny with Lane because Lane's 9 and we let him cook. So like he
Mm-hmm.
has friends over and he's cooking like scrambled eggs for his friends and like just but he also processes things. So
Mm-hmm.
he'll get up on a Saturday and he'll be like, Dad, I want to eat some quail. So he goes out there and he'll process some quail and within an hour of the bird being processed, it's on the grill.
That's the way
Like
to
he
do it.
like and then like he's eating it. It was, 2 hours ago it was walking around living its life
Yeah.
and it's gone.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so he enjoys that. He knows where it comes from.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah. That's how I was raised. So I've been trying to raise the kids that way. So I was raised on deer. So I was one of
we
those kids
we
where, I went to school and I was like, what does everybody else eat? Because, deer was our staple, and turns out everybody else ate beef, and we just didn't eat beef. We had deer. We had venison. So I was that weird kid from the beginning. And it was just normal for me. So
Steve said Henry, Illinois. He's from Moline.
he's from where?
Moline, I think.
Oh, Moline.
Moline, that might be it. Yeah,
Yeah, not
I'm
too
I'm
terribly.
I'm from Louisiana, so y'all say things differently up there with y'all weird accents. And then Anime Gamer Creator said Lane did the quail butcher shop at QuailCon, didn't it? Yes, he did. Lane was teaching adults how to butcher quail.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Then
I don't
Christina
think we can
grew
get
up
away with
on Christina grew up on ducks and alligators, so you're good with deer.
that. Oh, that's awesome. See, now
Christina's
that would
more
be really,
Cajun than me. I'm we're from the same area, but I'm less Cajun. I don't even like Cajun food.
that's a shame.
Yeah,
We
like
have
gumbo,
like a
I
really,
do not eat it.
I don't know if you've ever heard of like Starved Rock, but we used to have like this really sad Cajun restaurant there that was as Cajun of an experience as we could get. And it was not. But like I had a neighbor that was from Louisiana growing up, and she made better food than that restaurant. So that's about the extent of my experience.
Yeah, I don't eat Cajun food.
Definitely didn't grow up on alligator. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, alligator's pretty good. Well, we are at the 1 hour mark, and Bethany and I set a time limit of 1 hour because she has animals to tend to and children to tend to, and I have quail to tend to. We're gonna be sorting quail. So, thanks everyone for stopping in. Oh, see, hold on. Let me do the giveaway.
I was gonna say you got a giveaway to do.
Yeah. Let's see who won. Let's see. Let's see if I do this right here. All right. I don't know if it's Cam or CAM. You are the winner. And I'm gonna do it one more time just because why not give away more eggs? And Desiree. So send me a message on one of the many ways you can get in touch with me. Um, Desiree, I have your information, so I'll get you a package out when you're finished incubating the eggs that I already sent you. Then I'll send you another package out. Um, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, Bethany, for stopping in and taking some time with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Let's see. I'm gonna end it now.